He has a tattoo of loyalty on his body.
A guy who embraces the NBA and knows knowledge about the NBA, and he goes to Miami?
And for him to go on there and drag us through the mud for 7 years and stab us in the heart, I hope he never wins anything in Miami. This is the worst thing that could have ever happened to me.
Loyalty. It's a simple word. 7 letters. But in the NBA, it carries the weight of dynasties, of heartbreak, of cities that prayed for one man to stay and watched him leave anyway. There was a time when a player and a city were inseparable. When a man drafted by a team didn't just play there, he became there. He was the identity of an entire region. Think of Jerry West, bleeding Lakers gold for 14 seasons with a single championship. And honestly, that frustration would shatter most people. And yet, he never left. Think of John Stockton, spending every single year of his career in Salt Lake City, a city that never won a ring, and yet, he stayed anyway. Back then, loyalty wasn't celebrated because it was rare. It was celebrated because it was expected. Players didn't hold leverage. Teams held everything: the contracts, the narratives, the power. A player who requested a trade was a player who had given up. And no one wanted to be seen as someone who wanted that label. And from the outside, it was beautiful. Flawed, sure. But let's be honest. Some of those legends were underpaid, undervalued, quietly miserable. But to the fan, it didn't look like a business transaction. It looked like devotion and love. Before the championships and global fame, LeBron James was just a kid from Akron carrying the weight of an entire city. But as at that period, Cleveland believed he was different. His high school games sold out arenas. National TV cameras followed a teenager before he'd ever played an NBA game. Every time he stepped on the court, it felt like history was starting in real time.
The first pick in the 2003 NBA draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers select LeBron James.
It felt bigger than basketball. The hometown hero was finally coming home. To Cleveland, LeBron wasn't just a superstar prospect. He was hope for a city desperate for a championship. But then everything changed. On July 8, 2010, when LeBron James sat on that gym stage in Greenwich Live with ESPN and said those 4 words,
"Take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat."
The NBA was never the same. Not because he left Cleveland, players had left before him, but because he did it on his own terms while the whole world was watching. And in that moment, the illusion shattered. The idea that a player's career trajectory was owned by the franchise, it died right there in the gymnasium of the Boys and Girls Club in Greenwich, Connecticut. And following the decision, that same night, LeBron and his team immediately boarded a private plane and headed to Miami. The backlash was crazy. Jersey burning in the streets, death threats, fans who felt personally betrayed as if LeBron had abandoned them. Not a basketball business, but them. Which tells you something about what loyalty really means in sports. It was never really about the player. It was about what the player represented to the people watching. But let's be clear, LeBron didn't invent player empowerment. He just turned up the volume so loud that nobody could pretend they didn't hear it anymore.
I'm gonna catch you on your jersey, nigga. I'm gonna catch you on your jersey, nigga.
The question was never whether players should have power. The question was, who were we really angry at when they used it? Now let's enter the super team era. Kevin Durant joining the Golden State Warriors in 2016, a team that had just beaten his Oklahoma City Thunder in the Western Conference Finals. The internet nearly collapsed.
Decision that I knew everybody would hate it. I knew everybody would look at me different as a basketball player, and it was hard to wrap my mind around that because that's why I play the game. I want my peers to respect me. I want the greats to respect me. I want fans to respect what I do, and I know that's diminished a bit, and I know that they won't never look at me the same.
Like seriously, how could a man walk into the lion's den, pick up the sword, and hand it to the people who just tried to slay him? People called it cowardly. But let's pause for a second. Wasn't he just doing exactly what the system allowed? Exactly what every executive and every general manager does every single offseason without a second thought? Teams trade players without blinking. They relocate entire franchise. Seattle still hurts, by the way, as it's the largest major American media market without an NBA team. The rules have always been bending. The players just finally learned how to tilt them back. And today, trade requests have become a routine, just like preseason workouts. Look at Damian Lillard, one of the most loyal players in recent years, spent years in Portland, refusing to leave, building a legacy of devotion that fans across the league respected. And then, when it was clear the team couldn't build around him anymore, he opted out. And fans still criticized him for that. Here's what nobody wants to say out loud. Something did die. Not loyalty itself, but the mythology of it. That romantic story we told ourselves about the hometown hero who bleeds one color until the very end. Dirk Nowitzki in Dallas for 21 years. Kobe in LA Lakers for 20 good years. Those stories feel like folklore now, almost fictional. But the thing is, the magic of permanence is gone. And maybe that's okay. Maybe we were naive for ever believing it in the first place. Maybe loyalty was always a performance. Something franchises sold to fans while quietly preparing to move on the moment the asset depreciated. Or maybe loyalty just evolved, and it doesn't look like one man, one city, for 2 decades anymore. Maybe it looks like a player who gives everything he has for the years he's there. A guy who leaves it all on the floor every single night, even knowing he might get a phone call and be traded by Thursday. Maybe that's the new loyalty. Impermanent. So, is loyalty dead in the NBA? No. It just doesn't look the way it used to. It doesn't build statues. It doesn't come with a storybook ending where the hero retires where he started and the whole city cries. But it's still there. In the player who stays one more year when he could have switched team. In the rookie who says, "This city made me." Where someone chooses to care about something bigger than themselves. To be honest, we didn't actually lose loyalty. We just stopped making it easy to recognize. And that means when we do see it now, it means more than it ever did before. The game keeps moving. The question is whether our hearts can keep up.